So I've been demonstrating some movements using the doorway. There's just so many, it's almost infinite. Spend maybe a minute or so just doing this, back and forth, back and forth. Here's the thing, after a minute or two, check in with your body, and the best way to check in is to shake and just feel it. How does it feel? Feels good. Okay, so let's do some more. What if I put my hands up here? If you're not a real tall person like me, you can just put a riser and stand on it, a box, whatever. So I can just come forward, and this is a beautiful stretch, just like this. Yeah, and that's really working my arms. And then I can rotate my arms. I'm turning my thumbs out, I'm bringing my thumbs in, back and forth, and just leaning forward gently. I can make one leg longer than the other while I'm doing it, just like this. The sky's the limit. All you have to do is show up, shake your body first, and then see where your body wants to lead you. So mine right now is saying we want to do something a little bit different. So what if I hold and I turn and I really turn my body nicely, and I can just relax the other arm. Now notice I have not locked out my elbow. One of the rules of thumb is don't lock out your elbow. Okay, so that's locking it out. That's keeping a little bend in it. Same with your knees. When you do movement and you lock out, then you're at risk of it going in the wrong direction, going further than it wants to. No need for that. And you have to be able to learn to fix your elbow in certain positions. So you might be like that, you might be like that, because if I'm working my shoulder, that's working my shoulder. But if I'm bending my elbow, I'm just leaning forward. I'm just leaning forward. This isn't doing hardly anything for my shoulder. But if I fix my elbow in place and I bring my chest to the wall, to the edge of the doorway, and then back, that's all right here. That's all right here. And of course, if I come up a little bit, that changes the angle. The line of drive changes. What youth is the separate use of the joints of the body. And what old age is it's all moving as one. It's like I showed you in the other video, it's this posture and everything, it's a shuffle. And the way to not have the shuffle is to have more movement relative to midline. And you do it slowly and carefully, and you build. You see how close to midline you can keep your body, but challenge your body. And then you build on it, and it's a little more, and it's a little more. So if I'm back here in the doorway and I just try to turn my hip like I'm trying to bring my right hip to you, that's a big stretch into my spine, just like that. And I could go probably a little bit more, not much, but a little bit. So I just want to relax there, maybe take a couple of breaths, and always come out slowly. Always come out of the movement slowly, because your spine will often realign itself, and it's realigning itself to facilitate the movement you just gave it. If the movement you have in daily life is very limited, like standing and sitting and lying down and getting in and out of the car and texting on the phone, you're not going to have a lot of capacity for movement. You're just moving towards shuffling, and perhaps quicker than you think. But when you start moving your body and elongating and lengthening and stretching it out gently, but with a purpose, just bringing my leg up like that, that's a lot. Because what's walking? You're raising it up hardly off the ground. You're barely moving, you're like this. That's a far cry from this. All of that range of motion has to be maintained, or you're not going to have it. You're not going to have it. So my body is taking over right now, and it's saying, you know, I want some more lateral flexion in here. Because here's the thing with posture. Where you're going to lose it first is from here to here. This is where we lose it. From this point to this point. You have 24 movable bones called vertebrae. And they are designed to move independently of each other. And what happens with age and time and stress and lack of use is they start moving as a whole group. So pretty soon, this whole group of vertebrae have no more independent movement. They're all moving together. And here's what that means. That means the area above it, your neck, is working overtime, and your low back is working overtime to make and compensate for the lack of movement that's going on here. When it comes to posture, there's one thing I have always focused on with my body and my clients. You have to get loosened up and get the body as comfortable as you can given its condition, but you've got to be able to get in from there to there. And when you use a doorway and you start turning like this, that's the part of your body you're getting into. When you come forward like this and then lean your body back and then go side to side, that's the part that you're getting into. When you make the shoulder, for me to raise that shoulder like that, I got to elongate all those ribs. I got to get all those ribs moving, and they don't move otherwise. They don't move when you sit and stand. It does take work. It's discipline. It's a diligence, but it's about working smart. And I just showed you how. Find yourself a doorway, shake your body first to get loose, get in there, move around in a way that gets you more comfortable in relation to midline, and start building on it. There's so many different ways that you can move around. Just doing this demonstration for you, I can tell how much more comfortable I am back in here. Because this is the area. This is the area that stops working first. And then it's all downhill from there. And I don't want that for you. And you don't want that for you. So get out of that chair from time to time. Use a doorway. Make it up. You can follow this video to get the big idea, but it's your body. Your body needs different things from day to day based on how you slept and how long you've been sitting and how old you are and how much activity you get otherwise. This is not a one-size-fits-all. There are some principles to follow, like shaking your body first, like coming out of the movement, whatever position I'm in. I could be like this, and this just feels really good, so I'm going to do it. Or I could do this, and this feels really good, but I'm going to come out slowly. Maybe go to the other side. So I always come out slowly, and I shake in between, shake it out, walk around a second, and then go back to it. But if you spend 5 minutes, try it really. Spend 5 minutes in a doorway. It is that easy. It just takes showing up and knowing what to do. And you just learn a huge piece of what it is. So please like and subscribe to the channel so we can let other people know. And we can maintain our posture, and we can maintain our youth, and we can better enjoy the game of life.